Merry Christmas, it's Christmas morning. Look out for more false flags. You know, I read something on a forum recently, or maybe it was on a website, but this piece of rumant claimed the black baggers were prepping to set off a nuke on Christmas Day in Phoenix, Arizona. You know, if anything happens today, put your money on the bet that they executed the operation from start to finish, and whomever the media is smearing really are not the perpetrators. Okay, you see how we're being demonized in the MSM right now. More than ever before, we all need to be shouting back at these fiends at the top of our lungs in the most provocative and confrontational voices each of us can muster. Now is not the time to duck and run for cover. Now is the time to exercise your First Amendment right in such massive numbers that these fiends are given some real pause. Okay, my last video was an example of how everyone needs to be talking right now. Just make YouTube videos and imagine that you are actually speaking to the New World Order on the other side of the camera. The words will follow, trust me. Alright, this imminent guerrilla war brewing can still be hijacked to a place that will render the overall bloodshed in combat down to a much more manageable number. I made the point in my videos covering the phases of the resistance that we could pole vault from phase 1 of the resistance right into phase 3. Well, times have changed. We're in the opening days of phase 2, but we can still pole vault on over to phase 3. The engineering of this is simple. Simply engineer a rapid supermajority which renounces their consent to be ruled by the federal state. It's going to take 51+% of the population to renounce consent to be ruled and to openly act like they no longer believe in the government before the state will begin to crumble. You need to look at this task as being easier than the alternative, going to a nice FEMA camp being run by your loving federal government. Would you rather get out of your comfort zone a little and talk to people about liberty, or would you rather just shut up and try to hide and end up in a FEMA camp where your wives and daughters are being raped by the guard shifts around the clock? Okay, those days are coming. A subtask of this main task is what the Oath Keepers are doing. Oath Keepers is focusing on the guys with the guns, the state's enforcers, whom will be called upon to crush dissent in the population. If the enforcers can be convinced to stand down in great enough numbers, the state is beaten by default. With no enforcers, then their laws are meaningless. The New World Order will be left with only one option at that point, and that's foreign invasion. So the choice is yours. It always has been. You know, perhaps the world is looking to Americans for a cue right now. Americans have traditionally been the global standard bearers when it comes to reacting outrageously in the face of adversity. David Icke's new book says it well. Human race, get off your knees. What we as a liberty-worshiping people do next or fail to do will affect the whole planet. If we revolt, the planet revolts with us. The American people can't botch this one. It's our mission right now to show the world how to do 1776. That's all I've got for now, out here.